Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel, The Glammed Rebel. I hope everyone's having a good day. Please like, comment, and subscribe for daily updates. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Electra doesn't get pregnant. She gets an STD. Soap operas thrive on drama, betrayal, and unexpected consequences, while the bold and the beautiful has consistently tackled controversial subjects. This latest development could potentially lead to some of the most explosive consequences in recent memory. Instead of a baby bombshell, Electra Forrester might face a far darker reality. Contracting an STD after sleeping with her boyfriend, will Spencer Jr., who unknowingly carried something from his brief entanglement with Luna Nozawa. If this story plays out, it won't just shake up the next few weeks. It could permanently alter the dynamics between the Forrester, Logan, and Spencer families. Below is a deep dive narrative exploration of this potential storyline, covering the setup, character motivations, ripple effects, and the messy consequences that could redefine relationships in Los Angeles. This breakdown will be lengthy, over 6,200 words, because, frankly, the implications are massive. Part 1. The setup. Young love with hidden landmines. Electra Forrester and Will Spencer Jr. seem to be the soap's new golden couple. The soap portrayed their romance as fresh, exciting, and youthful, with two legacy family members leading the way for the next generation. Fans were settling in for the predictable: puppy love, commitment tests, and maybe even an accidental pregnancy. Instead, the writers appear to be steering toward a far riskier territory. Electra believed she was in a committed, monogamous relationship. From her perspective, Will was the perfect boyfriend, devoted, protective, and just rebellious enough to keep her intrigued. However, viewers are aware that Will was not as perfect as he appeared. Only a few nights earlier, he was manipulated into sleeping with Luna Nozawa. While it's debatable whether he was tricked or simply reckless, the fact remains that Will carried that secret right into Electra's bed. This is where the ticking time bomb begins. Electra thinks her first time with Will is a milestone in their young love story. Instead, it may end with her sitting in a doctor's office hearing the 3 letters nobody wants: STD. Part 2. The Luna Factor, catalyst for chaos. Luna Nozawa has always been painted as complex, part vulnerable outsider, part manipulative schemer. She prides herself on her sexuality, even boasting about her bedroom experience. Unlike other characters who carefully curate reputations, Luna is unfiltered, but that recklessness could prove catastrophic here. If the writers go down this path, Luna unintentionally becomes the catalyst for an STD storyline. Her sexual history, her carelessness about protection, and her obsession with pregnancy all make her a character capable of unleashing unintended collateral damage. While Luna dreams of trapping a Spencer with a baby, she might have unknowingly passed along something far less glamorous. The irony is brutal. Luna's pursuit of motherhood could potentially shatter the romantic dreams of another young woman. The show would also be forcing fans to confront a modern reality. Sex isn't just about love or pregnancy scares. It's also about health consequences. Part 3. Electra's discovery, the crushing reality. Imagine the scene. Electra goes in for a routine checkup, maybe for unrelated symptoms or even just a school-required health visit. She expects reassurance. Instead, the doctor delivers the news that she's contracted a sexually transmitted infection. Electra's world collapses in that instant. For Electra, the betrayal cuts deep. It's not just about her health, it's about trust. She gave herself to Will under the assumption of exclusivity. Now, she learns not only that he wasn't honest, but also that his recklessness has permanent consequences. It's one thing to be cheated on. It's quite another to have someone you completely trusted jeopardize your physical well-being. The result is a storyline that allows for raw, emotional performances. Electra could spiral through anger, heartbreak, humiliation, and fear. And fans, especially younger viewers, would see a realistic depiction of how STDs impact relationships, not just medically but emotionally. Part 4. Will Spencer Jr.'s reckoning. Will Spencer Jr. has long lived in the shadow of his powerful family name. As Bill Spencer's son, he's grown up surrounded by scandal, wealth, and women who are no strangers to betrayal. He wanted to be different, to prove he wasn't just another Spencer man doomed to repeat the sins of his father. Yet here, he is, facing a nightmare of his own making. When Electra confronts him, Will has no defense. He can argue that he was tricked into sleeping with Luna, but the fact remains he didn't disclose it. Worse, he put Electra at risk. These events will crush his credibility not only as a boyfriend, but also as a man in the eyes of the Forrester family. Known for his temper, Bill Spencer will not tolerate his son's involvement in a scandal. But even Bill will struggle to defend Will here. The boy didn't just make a mistake, he endangered someone's health. Expect Bill to explode, but not at Luna. His fury will likely turn inward toward Will, echoing the way Bill himself has been judged for reckless affairs. Part 5. Family Fallout, Forresters versus Spencers. If Electra tests positive for an STD, the Forrester family will circle the wagons. Eric, Ridge, Steffi, and even Brooke will be outraged. To them, Will Spencer Jr. isn't just a wicked boyfriend, he's a walking betrayal. The Forresters and Spencers have clashed for decades, but the situation could reignite a feud on generational terms. Brooke, who has often played peacemaker between the clans, may take a different stance this time. Protecting Electra could come before smoothing things over with the Spencers. Ridge, never fond of Bill, will seize the chance to accuse the Spencer men of being toxic. Meanwhile, Steffi, having lived through her own cheating scandals, might privately sympathize with Electra, even as she publicly demands accountability. For the younger generation, the affair is a defining rift. Electra and Will were supposed to represent hope for a peaceful, unified future between their families. Instead, they serve as a catalyst for the reopening of old wounds. Part 6. The Fallout of Luna. Is she a villain or a victim? Where does this leave Luna? That depends on how the writers play her. If she knowingly avoided protection, she'll be branded the villain. If she genuinely didn't know she carried an STD, she becomes a tragic figure caught in the mess. Either way, she'll face isolation. Luna's obsession with Will could turn even darker. Imagine her twisting the narrative, blaming Electra for being weak, while insisting Will is destined to be with her. That kind of delusion is classic soap fodder. But equally compelling would be Luna confronting the reality that her carelessness destroyed multiple lives. Fans love a redemption arc, and Luna could eventually seek forgiveness, but not before she's vilified and perhaps even ostracized by her peers. Her role as a destabilizing force is too valuable for the drama machine right now. Part 7. The Social Angle. Awareness through drama. One reason this storyline could resonate is because it mirrors real-world issues. Soap operas, for all their exaggeration, have historically tackled social topics, from alcoholism to HIV to domestic abuse. A storyline about STDs, especially among young legacy characters, isn't just shock value, it's awareness. Viewers, particularly younger ones, may come away with a message. Intimacy has risks, trust isn't enough, and honesty is essential. By using beloved characters as case studies, the writers can deliver that message without it feeling like a PSA. It's a teachable moment wrapped in melodrama. Part 8. Electra's next chapter. Electra's reaction to this revelation will determine her trajectory on the show. She could retreat into heartbreak, becoming withdrawn and bitter, or she could transform into a stronger, more independent woman, refusing to let Will or anyone else dictate her future. There's also the possibility of Electra channeling her pain into activism. Imagine her becoming a spokesperson for awareness campaigns, using her family's fashion empire to launch initiatives around safe sex and health education. Such an activity would be a way to give Electra depth beyond victim status. From a narrative perspective, such an episode could be the making of Electra as a long-term lead. Soap heroines are forged in fire, and this is precisely the kind of trial that could elevate her. Part 9. Will's redemption arc. Will Spencer Jr. won't come out of this unscathed, but that doesn't mean he's doomed forever. Soap characters often redeem themselves through long arcs of suffering and penance. For Will, the situation could mean years of struggling to rebuild trust, not just with Electra, but with his family and the audience. His arc could involve stepping up in unexpected ways. Maybe he volunteers at a clinic or takes accountability publicly, showing maturity beyond his years. Or maybe he spirals first, leaning into the worst Spencer tendencies, alcohol, anger, and arrogance, before clawing his way back to redemption. Either way, Will's character development hinges on this storyline. Without it, he risks being a flat, bad boyfriend archetype. With it, he becomes layered, flawed, and fascinating. Part 10. Potential future storylines. Soap operas never stop at one layer of drama. This STD twist could spawn multiple new arcs. 1. Legal consequences. If Luna knowingly transmitted something, could there be a lawsuit? 2. Health scares. What if the infection leads to complications for Electra, threatening her future fertility? 3. Romantic twists. Electra could eventually find love with someone else, maybe even a rival of Will's, sparking new triangles. 4. Generational trauma. The Spencer versus Forrester feud could explode, dragging in Brooke, Ridge, Bill, and others in a way that mirrors past decades of rivalry. 5. Redemption and forgiveness. Down the line, Electra and Will might reconcile, but only after significant growth. Part 11. Audience reaction. Fans are already buzzing online. Some are horrified at the thought of an STD storyline in a soap traditionally focused on fashion and infidelity. Others applaud it as bold, relevant, and necessary. Regardless, it's sparking conversation, which is precisely what the writers want. Longtime viewers know that B&B thrives on risk-taking. If this story continues, it will be divisive, but will make the show memorable in today's soap world. Conclusion. Electra Forrester expects pregnancy rumors only to discover an STD, which is the kind of jaw-dropping twist that keeps soap operas alive. It's raw, it's real, and it's devastating. But more importantly, it's a storyline with legs. It doesn't just end with a doctor's diagnosis. It sets off a chain reaction of betrayal, family wars, personal growth, and painful lessons. You are welcome to share any video requests in the comments. I will make a video about it. Stay connected with the Glammed Rebel for all the latest updates, spoilers, and deep dive recaps. See you in the next video. Stay safe and healthy. May God keep you safe. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell button for daily updates.